I think I'll be biased now because I've already worked with him. So it will be a cliche that I'll say that, okay, he's very focused in all of that. But the one thing that you really like in any actor for that matter is appetite, hunger. And that's what you look for, you know. You don't want someone who has a feeling that yes, been there, done it all and all of that. Because you are exploring constantly newer things. And right from our first meet, it's not that we've tried to collaborate earlier also, but somehow it didn't. We were supposed to come on something that I was producing. It didn't fall in place, and we were always looking forward to something that we could collaborate for the last 4-5 years, I guess, if not more. So, and naturally, when this one came, I mean, he was the go-to person on this. And
what was the only choice for you?
Yeah. I mean, only मतलब जैसा मैंने आपको बताया, अभी सीजन पूरा लिखा नहीं गया था. And generally that's how we cast, because आप चाहते हैं कि आपका प्रेप जो है वो भी simultaneously चलता रहे. तो इनकी कास्टिंग जो है वो while we were writing the 3rd or the 4th episode, I think around that, around that time, yeah.
But I just wanted to ask one question. ये जो पोपट है, that's a colloquial term. You actually that's something that's coined for
the couriers.
But that's generally, that is what it is.
That's for Bombay.
That's for Bombay. Yeah.
That's for Bombay. ये शुरू ही में suspend हुए हैं. एक suspended officer को बुलाया जाता है वापस on the job. That's how it starts. Yeah.
Welcome, Ashwar.
Thank you.
First collaboration with Emraan. कब आपने देखा कि अर्जुन मीना बन सकता है?
जब हमने इसका तस्वुर किया था और बिफोर वी वेंट इनटू द कंप्लीशन ऑफ द राइटिंग, लिखना शुरू कर दिया था हम लोगों ने. एक ढांचा था हमारे पास, एक फ्लो था, एक आउटलाइन था. बट उन्हीं दिनों मुलाकात हुई और वी वांटेड हिम टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ द शो. हमने सुनाया, उनको अच्छा लगा. आई बिलीव दैट्स हाउ इट हैपेंड, राइट.
एंड फर्स्ट कोलैबोरेशन, how did you observe? You know, because customs officer का job is more of an observation job.
Yeah.
So was it performing the role? How it is? How did you work on the character? How is it?
I mean, I've been traveling for the longest time since I can remember. तो वो एक चीज़ आपके subconscious में आ जाती है. Customs में जब भी आप जहाँ निकल रहे हैं, you know, starting off from as a kid or in college. It's just something that's been there in my, I guess, subconscious. और जब मैंने show sign किया, तो I traveled a few times after that. तो I made it a point to actually go and talk with them also a bit. जब मैं वापस आ रहा था तो मेरे कुछ दोस्त भी हैं जो indirectly जानते हैं customs को. तो कुछ लोगों से बातें हुई and just get a sense. Generally जब आप इतना एक detailed show होता है तो everything is there in the script. बस वो जो एक्सटर्नल्स होते हैं, बॉडी लैंग्वेज होती है, दैट जस्ट टू काइंड ऑफ डिफाइन दैट वाज इम्पॉर्टेंट. एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग शो, आई थिंक मैंने नेटफ्लिक्स पे, नॉट नेशनल ज्योग्राफिक पे देखा था,
border.
Yeah. So I saw a lot of episodes of that. So that was like one of my things I was doing to research for, you know. But that's around the world, the customs and security agencies in airports around the world.
And what is the thing about customs? Because you have special ops, तुम्हारी अलग-अलग intelligence की काफी सारी चीज़. Customs officer का क्या था कि that particular word that attracted you to write on it?
Because it's an unseen, unknown word. हम लोग जैसा इन्होंने बताया, हम travel करते हैं, we cross through the green channel or the red channel. But how much do we know about their work, their world, their lives? तो सबसे बड़ा मैग्नेट तो यही था कि आप एक ऐसी चीज़, एक ऐसे टॉपिक पर सीरीज बना रहे हैं जिसके बारे में दुनिया को कम पता है, लोगों को कम पता है. तो एंड व्हेन वी स्टार्टेड रिसर्चिंग, द मोर दैट वी स्टार्टेड रिसर्चिंग, वी स्टार्टेड लर्निंग अबाउट व्हाट ऑल गुड्स आर बीइंग स्मगल्ड इनटू द. तो आपके कल्पना के बाहर है वो कि जो चीज़ें यहाँ पर जिनकी तस्करी होती है. तो हमारे लिए भी कभी कभी तो मतलब वो बॉर्डर लाइन, इट वाज कॉमिक, हास्यास्पद था. और जैसे कि एक्चुअली मैं आपके शो वो देखने का मज़ा किरकिरा नहीं करना चाह रहा, इसलिए इस बारे में ज़्यादा नहीं बताऊंगा. बट वो शो में उनको सबको कैप्चर किया गया है कि किस किस तरह की चीज़ें जो हैं वो यहाँ पर उनकी तस्करी होती है, और न सिर्फ यहाँ पे, तमाम इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट्स पे.
But this, I just wanted to ask one question. जो पोपट है, that's a colloquial term. You actually that's something that's coined for
the couriers.
But that's generally, that is what it is.
That's for Bombay.
That's for Bombay. Yeah?
That's for Bombay.
That's interesting.
Every city मतलब हर तस्वीर
जाहिर सी बात है ना, हर लिंगो जो है, हर लैंग्वेज, अब इफ इट्स चेन्नई एयरपोर्ट तो उनके लिए उनका अपना एक टर्म होगा ना, इन द लोकल लैंग्वेज, इन द तमिल लैंग्वेज. सो
कितनी बार अर्जुन मीना शो में सस्पेंड होता है?
ये शुरू ही में सस्पेंड हुए हैं. एक सस्पेंडेड ऑफिसर को बुलाया जाता है वापस ऑन द जॉब. दैट्स हाउ इट स्टार्ट्स.
You are the showrunner, directed by
Raghav and then Fida.
So how does a director stay away? Because a director का तो कीड़ा जाता नहीं.
नहीं, मेरा है ही नहीं तो जाने का सवाल ही नहीं है. It was very simple. When we started the show, एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आप डेलीगेट करते हैं, then you want to stay with it, right? अब वो सही है या गलत है, अच्छा है बुरा है, उस डिसीजन के साथ you stay with it. And that's what happened with Raghav and Fida, that we, once responsibility was delegated, it was delegated. And readings हुई थी, हमने बकायदा प्रेप किया था. और ये पहली बार तो नहीं है जब हम we do it on ops, we do it on all the shows that we do, because 7 episodes for me becomes very difficult to sort of, you know, go ahead and direct. So we choose chunks. Okay, I'll take care of these chunks, the other directors will take care of these chunks, and then ultimately as a showrunner I oversee all of that. So it's not difficult at all. In fact, I don't know whether it seemed difficult to you.
No, I think it was extremely, I guess, very systematic. I just hoped in the beginning that I got to travel to where you were shooting, because he had picked up the lovely cities around. We were shooting in Bombay.
I love that all the time. कहाँ लेके जाते हो कहानी को पता नहीं.
Some very good locations.
Yeah, it's mounted
and
on.
And Neeraj made sure he went to all those locations and shot. We were stuck over here on the airport.
As much as it will be difficult for you to believe, yeah. I actually asked my co-directors to take a pick as to what they would like to do. And it's simply, I mean, it's a decision that's made very democratically.
How many cities?
So it's shot at Lake Como, then Milan, and then Bahrain. We shot in Thailand, Bangkok, and then of course Nagpur, Goa, Delhi,
yeah,
Bombay,
crazy. That's
Mumbai.
That's almost 8-9 locations.
Locations all the time. Right?
Yeah, I mean that's a no-brainer that, you know, you'd like to shoot at real locations, and he had to travel even. There was a situation where he had to travel for one scene.
Yeah.
Abroad, just because we got a location
Bahrain.
which was which was not available in India.
Just
but
for a few hours, like 3-4 hours.
Yeah, he came in the morning and went by the night flight. But it was so imperative for us because it was a unique location.
Yeah.
And I just wanted him to be there, and we wanted to film that those 2 cuts. And it shows that, you know, that the world is grounded, real, and all of that. So that's the nature of the show.
Emraan, I think probably one of the best days of your career. Also, tell me about this particular event. Web world, किस तरीके से तुम्हारे potential as an actor को और unleash करेगा, कर रहा है rather.
Well, I see it as a huge paradigm shift in जो entertainment का जरिया है, जो एक story telling का माध्यम है, and also just experiment and go completely, you know, just go all guns blazing और उस किस्म का काम करो, which is great for writers, directors, actors. All the cutting edge stuff is being done on OTT worldwide, and this is because I think theatrical, although there are those films that, you know, generate huge box office numbers, थोड़ा सा confined हो गया है in that space, because वो एक हमेशा perception रहता है कि you have to make it a little dumbed down, थोड़ा सा universal audience के लिए you have to simplify things, don't experiment too much, larger than life, hero villain, romantic, 5 songs. उसमें आपकी चीज जो प्रोडक्ट जो होती है कि ठीक है, जनरेट्स कमर्शियल वायबिलिटी, लेकिन वो लिमिटेड हो जाती है. This is where the action is. Like when you do stuff on OTT, you can go all out. Do stuff like this, customs, smuggling on air travel, alag-alag characters. You can play a spy, you know, other things. So I find it extremely liberating as an actor, and also you can showcase your versatility and just sink your teeth into something that's new and different. You know, that's what actors want. That's what directors want.
नीरज, तुमने इसको मर्डर से अब तक देखा है? Tell me about
उससे पहले से एक्चुअली
उससे कब से? उससे
आई थिंक ever since his first one.
अच्छा.
Ever since his first one.
So tell me, how do you observe his growth as an artist?
No. So I think I'll be biased now because I've already worked with him. So it will be a cliche that I'll say that okay, he's very focused in all of that. But the one thing that you really like in any actor, for that matter, is appetite, hunger, and that's what you look for. You know, you don't want someone who has a feeling that yes, been there, done it all, and all of that, because you are exploring constantly newer things. And right from our first meet, it's not that we've tried to collaborate earlier also, but somehow it didn't. We were supposed to come on something that I was producing. It didn't fall in place, and we were always looking forward to something that we could collaborate for the last 4-5 years, I guess, if not more. So, and naturally, when this one came, I mean, he was the go-to person on this. And
what person the only choice for you?
Yeah. I mean, only मतलब जैसा मैंने आपको बताया, अभी सीजन पूरा लिखा नहीं गया था. And generally that's how we cast, because आप चाहते हैं कि आपका प्रेप जो है वो भी simultaneously चलता रहे. तो इनकी कास्टिंग जो है वो while we were writing the 3rd or the 4th episode, I think around that, around that time,
तस्करी क्यों? because बाहर में कोई मिला था, तो तस्करी का मतलब क्या? किसी ने पूछा, तो तुम्हें हिंदी टाइटल क्यों?
हिंदी टाइटल मतलब इट्स अ फैंटास्टिक टाइटल, इट्स एन ऐप टाइटल, और मतलब इसका कोई विकल्प नहीं था हमारे पास. जब हमने सीरीज लिखना शुरू किया था मैं और विपुल ने, तो तस्करी वाज द टाइटल दैट वी एंड देयर वाज नो ट्रबल रजिस्टरिंग इट, बाय द वे. नोबडी अंडरस्टूड. सो
हिंदी फिल्म में सबसे पहले तस्करी वाली फिल्म कौन सी देखी तुमने?
तस्करी वाली डॉन होगी शायद. आई डोंट नो इफ डॉन हैड दैट. या मतलब वो तो मतलब बचपन से आपको होश नहीं है, तब से आप देख ही रहे हैं.
मैं सोच रहा हूँ, I don't know, nothing's coming to mind. Nothing's coming to mind.
But सोना और ये सब, I mean, these were gold smuggling and all were part of even दीवार for that matter had smuggling.
Yes, smuggling. It was Hashmis. और like always, इसका Arjun Meena has a peculiar way of work. कुछ है, कुछ ये.
Unpredictable. That's, if you want me to sum up his character, and it's you can't predict what he's going to be doing.
Particular gesture.
That's his job. I mean, telling him what to do as in terms of a gesture is not mine. Mine is to just let him be and then figure out what needs to be done.
How did you work on it? Is there something that will stand out in terms of the character? कुछ पकड़ा है to make particular चीज officer का जो तुमने?
I think it's an amalgamation of a lot of officers that I've met over the years and spoken to. It's just something that inherently also जब आप script पढ़ते हैं तो just your imagination, it is those real world encounters जब आप travel कर रहे हैं. How they stand at the airport, X-ray machine के पीछे किस तरह उनके mannerisms होते हैं. Just kind of constantly see that, and I became even more aware of that जब मैंने show sign कर लिया था. Just when I was traveling, just to see a little bit more of that and kind of sink and soak that in. वो सारी चीजें हैं. Just मेरा यही होता है कि जब आप एक शो में हो या एक फिल्म में हो, if you see the craft, then there's a problem. वो क्या होता है कि हमारे इंडस्ट्री में वो ज़्यादा जो एक्टिंग और उसमें हम चले जाते हैं ना कि हम अभी मैं अच्छी एक्टिंग करूँगा इसमें, and that ऐसा लग रहा है कि the actor is acting it out. I don't know, as far as the audience sees it, of course, they will be the judge. But I try to make sure it's as naturalistic as possible. I try to become that character rather than acting it out. So I think that is a difficult process. But that's something that I aspire for जब भी मैं फिल्म या शो करता हूँ.
कभी unpleasant encounter हुआ है कस्टमर ऑफिस में, मतलब step aside, ऐसा कभी हुआ है किसी के साथ, दोनों के साथ?
Nah, nothing with me. In fact, I've actually they've been very warm. So I've never had any. In fact, yeah, I mean, all that I recount as good experiences.
I've had very, very good experiences with everyone. Before I got married, when I used to travel, I don't know, I used to sometimes be the immigration officer used to always do a double take and look at me. I don't know if it was the earrings and it was just my demeanor. I'm like a with the profilings.
Profiling, yeah. There would be profiling.
A feast for people who are doing profiling. This guy is definitely carrying some contraband in his bag. I don't know. But Shadi ke baad, I think they see my sweet family with me. And I just go by.
तो इंडस्ट्री वाले का तो बहुत सारे किस्से होते रहते हैं कस्टमर के
Yeah, tons of them.
Yeah.
चलो हेड्स अप बोला खत्म करो ऑल द बेस्ट गाइस
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
हिंदी टाइटल मतलब इट्स अ फैंटास्टिक टाइटल, इट्स एन ऐप टाइटल और मतलब इसका कोई विकल्प नहीं था हमारे पास। जब हमने सीरीज लिखना शुरू किया था मैं और विपुल ने, तो तस्करी वाज द टाइटल दैट वी एंड देयर वाज नो ट्रबल रजिस्टरिंग इट बाय द वे। Nobody understood it.
Yeah.
So, you'd like to shoot at real locations, and he had to travel. Even there was a situation where he had to travel for one scene
Yeah.
abroad, just because we got a location
Bahrain.
which was which